Well, you didn't tell me.
In case you let the cat out of the bag.
Well, I didn't. I said you might want a bit of ribbon on them.
That's why I got crossed.
Why are you getting quite excited? Getting quite excited.
Event. I simply can't mention you all by name, but particular thanks to my wife Sarah, who has actually organised it all. I've stayed well out of the way because we've done a lot of order and counter order, and so far there's no wood here, we haven't got a disorder, so we're going well, and it's largely down due to her for coordinating everything. And of course I'd like to thank Les and Margaret for their support. Now I'm supposed to tell you long stories now about the bride, and I thought, well, I don't know, there are probably too many to mention, but I'll try and say something that many of you, or some of you, many of you maybe, well, actually shouldn't know, but it's really the beginning of Catherine. She was late.
Not today.
We had this false alarm, and Sarah and I went off into Oxford, and we'd spent a day sitting in the hospital in Oxford, which is getting pretty boring actually, particularly if you're not the expectant mother. So I asked the chap if we could go out, and he said yes. He said she seems to have stopped, you know, all intention of coming, joining the rest of us in this world. So we were allowed to go into Oxford, and we went to buy a nice dress from Laura Ashley to wear after the baby had been born, which was fine. Then we thought we'd go and have lunch in Brown's. And of course I think we'd only got about as far as the first course when Catherine decided to interrupt, and we had to go back to the John Radcliffe Hospital. And why I say all this is the next phase, they said Sarah was getting quite tired by this point, and I think almost lost interest actually, but there's no... the point of this is a chap tapped me on the shoulder and he said, you know, we're a teaching hospital, would you mind, because Catherine of course just never mind, it was also upside down, would you awfully mind being in the theatre? So I said, well no, not at all, that's fine. I thought that's what all these places called operating theatres. It wasn't at all. So in we went, and it was a proper theatre with all the students sitting around with their pads on their knees. So what I'm saying is that Catherine, who then of course her first career was as a professional actress with the Young Shakespeare Company and even appearing in Chipping Norton Pantomime, was born in the theatre. And then of course changed to the teaching profession, and not merely sticking with good old UK teaching, has decided to go international and teach in German and any other language you happen to choose. But members of the teaching profession I know here in Charlie say there's not a great deal of difference. I've never tried to be a teacher, there's not a great deal of difference between teaching and acting, so long as you remember the words. So, anyway, I think that's enough of the very early days, and so it really falls to me now to ask you to make sure that your glasses are full, and I'd like to propose the toast to Catherine and Rob. Catherine and Rob.
You mean you to take over from me,
At most events you'll go to, you tend to save the best things till last. Looking at the lineup today, I'm afraid that's been done in the complete opposite order. That's the best you're going to get. So next up on stage is someone truthful, honourable, charitable. Oh, hang on, this was the one I was using last week. Mr. Robert Porter. Firstly, I'd like to thank Nick for his very kind words and thoughtful toast. But now I've been waiting 18 months to say this. But on behalf of my wife and I, welcome to Lee's Rest, and thank you for coming to help us celebrate today. Firstly, I'd like to thank all the Potters, and especially Sarah, for organising the wonderful surroundings for today. I think we can all agree the house and the garden especially look absolutely spectacular. I'd also like to thank them for welcoming me and accepting me into their family. I think it's always very difficult to know when you've been accepted by your respective girlfriend or boyfriend's family. But I knew I'd been accepted one night a couple of months ago. Kat and I had come back from Germany to do some wedding planning, and I heard Nick in the corner having a little light-hearted grumble about 3 monkeys taking over his house. Now I hadn't actually assumed he was talking about Catherine, Annabelle and James, so I said to him, well, I didn't think James was coming back this weekend. And he said, I wasn't talking about James, I was talking about you. Well, I almost jumped for joy. my inner monologue was saying, he thinks I'm a monkey. He has given me monkey status. Is this good? Yes, I think it is. He accepts me. It's taken 4 years, but he accepts me. Sarah, you're a star. I know. I know how much effort and sacrifice you have made to make today possible, and you have done a fantastic job. I know there have been several fraught Skype calls and many iterations of alphabetised Wedman folders, and I think we can all agree that it's been a resounding success today, and you've even managed to sort us out some nice weather, so thank you. Yeah. Just to show our appreciation, Catherine and I have got you a little gift. So if you'd like to come up and just receive that, so please. And yeah, another round of applause, I think. Okay, so my parents, thank you. Thank you for raising me the way you did. I am who I am today because of you two. So blame them. You taught me a lot of lessons, but you also gave me a lot of freedom. Mainly because you wanted to go on holiday all the time. You needed someone to house sit, but it gave me a really good opportunity to have some amazing parties, and I think Si can testify that we had some good times in there. But I don't really get a chance to tell you how much I appreciate you and all that you did for me growing up. You gave me so many opportunities and so many privileges. A lot of people here would call that spoiled, but which is probably true, actually, to be fair. But I wanted to take this opportunity just to say thank you. Mum, if you'd like to come up, if we got you a little something as well. Another round of applause for Mum. To the bridesmaid, Annabelle, the second best looking girl in the room today. Thank you for all your hard work in the lead up to the day. You've been an absolute rock for Catherine. And thank you for organising a fantastic hen do. I know Kat loved every minute of it. You've done an amazing job. So if everyone would like to join me in my first toast of the day, and raise your glasses to Annabelle, the bridesmaid. I'm just going to get some. Best men. Guys, thank you so much for the effort that you've put in today. The stag was fantastic. I can honestly say I don't remember any of it, so I think you can call that. I think you can call that mission accomplished. Special thank you to Dommy. For those of you who don't know, he's come all the way from Sydney for today. It wouldn't be the same without you, big guy. So thank you for making the effort. And just in case anyone didn't get that, that was called buttering them up. So when they destroy me later, they might have a tang of guilt, but doubtful. Other thank yous, lots of other thank yous, so I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, but a big thank you to Bells and Georgie for helping organise the hen do as well. I'm not quite sure where you guys are, but thank you very much. To our minister today, John Witheridge, who was absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, because we weren't actually sure for a while that we would have someone to marry us a couple of months ago, so thank you very much for stepping into the breach. You were brilliant today, thank you. And thank you for everyone that's travelled a long way to be here today. I've obviously already mentioned Sydney, but we've got family and friends coming in from Ireland, Scotland, America. Some friends from Germany have actually made the trip over as well, and obviously Sydney. So your efforts has touched us, so thank you very much for making a huge effort to get here. To our wonderful readers in the church, my sister Sue and Catherine's old school friend Tricia. Thanks for agreeing to be part of our special day. I think we can all agree they both read it very, very well and very beautifully. To Susanna, the very glamorous violinist while we were signing the register. Viola, not violin. Sorry.
Get off.
To our photographer Tom. You'll probably see him throughout the day. Trying to catch you looking your glamorous best. So, ladies, get your best pouts at the ready. And all the marquee guys and the caterers, etc., etc., and everyone that's agreed to have a house party this weekend. I won't go through you all, but thank you very much for sorting that out. Just turning the page. Now comes for the soppy bit. Firstly, Kat, you look unbelievable beautiful. That was a tone change there, did you notice that? I have to admit, when I turned around today, you took my breath away. I'm truly blessed that you actually turned up. And you're on time as well, which is unbelievable.
Miracle.
So thank you for not making me panic more than I already was. So as many of you know, Kat and I met at university in Manchester. I was a young, naive boy. Kat was a little older, much wiser and much better looking. I'd love to say that I was a smooth, cool Casanova type, but let's face it. Far too scared of Kat to make a move when I first met her. Couldn't string a sentence together, pretty girls in those days. So I decided to play the long game. The long game. And for those of you who don't know the long game, it's basically waiting 10 years and asking out. Ignoring her completely for those 10 years. Now, when asking her out, the boys in the room will know how nerve-wracking it can actually be to ask a girl out. I was no different. So I plucked up the courage and I sent her a text message. Thank God for technology. And to be fair, it must have been a good text message because I got a reply within 20 minutes. And everyone who's aware of the game knows that 20 minutes is on. And a big special thank you to Tom Cottrell as well, who's somewhere in this room, who helped me compose that text. And I think it's now saved under girl template in his phone. So, skip forward 5 years, and here we all are. And I want to take this opportunity to say in front of all our friends and family, you are lovable, likeable, and ludicrously funny, and now forever you will be my one true honey bunny. Your kindness and beauty blow me away. For a more incredible wife, I could not pray. So, ladies and gentlemen, please indulge me once more as I beam with pride and join me in a toast to my beautiful bride. To Catherine. Now for the main event. I'd probably put him down in my book as one of the friends that I would trust the most. He always speaks the truth. Everything he says is pretty much gospel. So everything he says now, really, there's nothing but the truth in this. So please welcome on stage Dominic Key. Just gone any lower? Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bobby's darker skinned friend. We've known each other for years from back home in the world. We lived in Manchester together for a couple of years, got up to a lot of mischief. Then I buggered off to Australia about 8 years ago. That also means that I pretty can say whatever I want to today, because I'm probably not going to see any of you again. But also in that time meant that Bobby had to make other friendships down in London and wherever, and I was kind of okay with that. Most of these guys have come up to me in the last 24 hours and they've kind of given me tips on what to put in my speech. It was already written. And there's a couple of common themes they've asked me to talk about, and I mean, I had them already, but they revolved around his hair, body shape, perspiration, and sausages. Just to run you through them, he sweats a lot. He has the body shape of a large pear, beautiful behind. His hair is a constant theme throughout the years. We went for a walk yesterday and I actually commented on his hair saying he actually looked pretty decent at the moment. Bobby's response straight away was, do you know what? I've had a lot of comments. I've actually stopped using my hair straighteners now. It's just blow dry. This actually leads me into the fourth one, sausages. He was telling me the story as we were having a sausage sandwich from his favourite sausage place in Woodstock down the road. I was not allowed not to go, and as he was chatting, a little bit of sausage fell out the sandwich onto the floor, and he looked at me, and I was like, "It's okay." Now, for the benefit of those who have not been to the Wirral before, should go there as most of you. It's up north. It's near to Liverpool, but because of our parents are massive snobs, they tell us that we're from Cheshire and send us to posh schools. So, hope there's no accent confusion there. We should sound like we're from Brookie, but we don't for some reason. Now then, Bobby Porter's got married. Congratulations. Never thought it would happen. Before me as well. Cheers. So, Bobby, otherwise known as Beautiful Dancing Bobby, Jeremy Paxman, and my favourite, Alf. Now, Bobby Porter, such a great guy. Amazing guy. I remember the day he told me he and Kat got engaged. I couldn't quite believe it, but I was very happy he'd found someone who's special to spend the rest of his life with. A couple of months later, I too had found someone quite special. I was really excited to tell this amazing guy, Bobby Porter, about this new girl in my life. So I sent him a text message and I said, "Hey mate, do you want the option of a +1 at the wedding?" Obviously, BM. I was just being polite, so obviously yes. Current bird is likely to be more serious bird by then. Immediate response was, "I can put her on the reserve list if you want." She did leave me shortly after that, so that's fine. We're done now, so it's fine. Now, for some stories. I could have had a right field day here with this
It's quite hard actually, because you've got to get the right balance between like the older guys and not being too damning, and still making him look like the guy he is in this suit today. And there have been countless stories that I could say, mainly involving hockey tour based ones, sellotaping bottles of cider to his hands, upsetting the female hockey players with his questionable hygiene. I could talk about them in more detail, but I won't, because it's not that kind of day. I could talk about his chronic bottom problems, but I won't talk about them either. Or that he kept his bottom cream in the fridge by the soft cheeses. I can, however, give you some more insights into Bobby that are a bit more above board. The first story I've got is, I've only got two. The first story I've got is, it's a fancy dress based one. Like everyone would know if they know Bobby, he's probably got more fancy dress clothes than normal clothes. I think this was a Didsbury pub crawl fancy dress. Now Bobby is not one to shy away from a fancy dress event. Everyone's waiting in the first pub to set off, all dressed, I can't remember what the theme was, it was Hollywood or something, and everyone ready to go, waiting for Bobby, quite a lot of people excited to what he would wear. He turns up in normal clothes. And actually, back in those days, that was questionable fancy dress as well. That was another section on the speech, but it would be going for too long. Anyway, Bobby rocks up in his normal clothes, causes upset all over the place. He's getting stick left, right, and centre. Every single pub he's doing beer fines, shots, what have it, and he just keeps a straight face, saying, "Didn't have any gear and wasn't really up for it, so sorry." Anyway, we get to the final pub. The stick has worn off a bit because everyone's a bit pissed, and no one's really watching him. And in the back of my eye, I turn around, the music's on, goes on the dance floor, picks out this mask he's had in his pocket all day, pops it on, and slowly to the music starts stripping off his clothes to reveal a full Spider-Man outfit. Not the best idea for someone who sweats. Now, I'm now going to break two best man speech rules. I really hope this is going to be okay. Because it's a story about an ex-girlfriend, and it involves me as well. Not that. I wouldn't have. She was hanging. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of background. Many years ago, when we all lived in Manchester, Bobby lived with another friend of ours, Johnny Robbo, in the same place. I lived further down the road and would often go out with these boys and sleep on the couch because I couldn't be asked to get a taxi home. Anyway, during this time, Bobby had a girlfriend, and it's hard to explain, but basically no one liked her. And she really didn't like me. Or Johnny. She just did not like us at all. Anyway, one day, me and Johnny went out for a couple of beers, led to a couple more. We came back to the apartment about midnight. No Bobby. We were very drunk, and we made the executive decision, I may as well stay in Bobby's bed, he's not coming home tonight. So that's what I did, stayed in the bed. And at about 3:30 in the morning, lights come on, Bobby's there, with girlfriend who hates me, frothing at the mouth, not happy at all, and that was like her resting face towards me. Bobby's like, "Dommy, come on, get out of bed, get on the couch," and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" And out of nowhere, Bobby ripped off my covers. To everyone's horror, I was wearing her full pyjamas. She didn't want them back. Now, jokes aside, Bobby does have some redeeming features. He has this remarkable ability to come across as the fool, but then shocks you when you delve a little deeper. To give an example, he started his career out as a recruiter in Manchester, and a pretty good one as well. And then his dad, Les, turned around to one day and said, "When are you going to get a proper job?" Which coincidentally, that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. So Bobby slashed his salary, and then he began training to be an accountant. This caused lots of stress, which I believe aggravated the bottom issues again. And then he moved to London, and now he's found himself in Germany doing a job that he's massively underqualified for. To justify, mate, it's an extremely credible thing to have done. And also a great testament to your relationship as well, because for the long time I've known you together, you've always supported each other in whatever you've wanted to do, and that's a very, very, very good quality in a relationship. Living on the other side of the world, mate, makes it difficult to keep in touch about life, but we've always been there for each other. I'm so happy you found everything you wanted to in Kat, and Kat, you have my blessing to take my Bobby. It's been an absolute honour, mate, to be by your side today. And if everyone raise a glass and cheers to the happy couple. Thank you.
We're a bit worried about your dad staggering under the sword.
But he's trying to do something with it. Like,
That's the sharp end. Don't tremble. Ooh, it's chocolate one, I think. Guys, look at here. Just
you come in if you want, I've got someone standing by
well done.
Very well cut.
Yum, yum.
You're not supposed to do that.
It's easy to.
Sorry. This is his favourite tractor.
Yeah, won't go and get it.
Yeah, well it's been waxed. It's been waxed. Have you ever seen a waxed tractor before?
How far are we going? Oh, that's wonderful.
Take a long time in that here.
That's from the Queen. Right. Having to keep it up for hours. See your family occasion again.
Hurry up. You coming?
It's just presumably Bobby leaving so he can go get some
Another hour now. And then it's the wine before the 14 starts. Yeah, could be bad. I'm guessing there's no stuff. Yeah, I've just had 3 slices of cake.
Fine. Come on, James is still filming. Get to this side.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That makes it easy, not for me. Yeah. Okay.
Where's?
Doesn't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling, I'll be loving you till eternity. Down from cotton fields, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Down, slaves, you know he's doing alright. He looked the women just around midnight. Your brown sugar, just like a young girl should now. Oh, your brown sugar, just like a young girl should. Oh. It was hot. Lady of the house, wondering where it's gonna stop. Now houseboy knows that he's doing alright. You should have heard him just around. Your brown sugar, how come you taste so good now? Your brown sugar, just like a young girl should. Potential free. And all my boyfriends were 360. Now I know the fool, but I know what I like. You should have heard me just around midnight. You brown sugar, how come you taste so good now? Brown sugar, just like a young girl should. I said yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like a young girl should. I say yeah, 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 woo. Just like a young girl should. I say yeah, 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 woo. Just like a young girl should. I say yeah, 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 woo.
Okay, let's do another one. Bit of rock and roll Beatles. Saw her standing there. Yeah. Another one he wrote. There we go. That's it. playing. Maybe the radio was ran, but TV dinners and jitters. Something to turn us down and wrap the tempo of the music fast. Till I be say your folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They bought a 50-inch Chevy, cherry red 53. Took it down to Orleans to celebrate their anniversary. And with the others to Dublin, and took it the Madam Hotel. Said a beast, said the young folks, it goes to show you never can tell. Take it away, okay?
Romeo loved Juliet. Juliet, she felt the same when she put his arms around him. So, Julie, baby, you're my with the kisses, fever when you're hold tight. Fever in the morning, fever right through the night. Captain Smith and Pocahontas, they had a very bad affair. But when her daddy came to kill him, he said, "Daddy, oh, don't you dare, you kiss me fever." With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, darling, won't you treat him right? Now you listen to my story. Here's a point that I've learned. Chicks were made to give you fever, be a Fahrenheit they need the fever. With the kisses, the fever when they hold you tight. Fever in the morning, a fever right through the night. Fever right through the night. Fever right through the night. Best dance of ever.
Continue to sing it, come on. And it was your heart on the line. I really mucked it up this time. Deny my tears. Deny my tears.
awesome. You even did it the right way.
Did you do something right?
James, can you sort out my jacket, yeah?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll find it.
All sorted. Providing it's not already in bits.
I'll do it, I'll do it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And what, 500
Have the best time! Have a lovely time! Very nice!
Hi, Mummy! The window down! The window down!
Bye-bye! Still videoing!
But yeah, she like really should have.
Are they going to our park? If I can to lift. Robert. Lucas.
It's so bad, wasn't it? I had to stop. I've gone on enjoying themselves so much.